Hello everyone, welcome back to HackSnack. In today's video, we will break down one of the most important parts of React, components and states. You may have remembered from our last video, I promised you I will go through the components and the states, and today is the day. So, what is a component? In React, component is a simply reusable piece of UI. So you may have remembered from our last video that we have a welcome message, we have a time with seconds running, and the date. Okay, so the main code was this. So this is a component. You can see that a component is a function which has a name, and we in the app.jsx or in any of the components we call it by the name of the function. Don't get confused with the name of the component. It always the function name. So when you call this like a HTML attribute, it React will recognize it as a component and will try to show you the output. So let's go with a very simple component. Instead of all of this, we will be going through that later on. And we can remove everything from here, and we can do return, and it's a p tag. We can say hello everyone. Okay, so in the output we'll see hello everyone. Let me just do a simple thing here. Let's say in the index.css, we remove all of it. We don't need that. Just import the did I do the index? No, we don't need the index. So let's in the app.css, let's remove everything. And what we do is that we import it like this, dot slash css. Okay, I think this should work. Okay, and if we do like this, we want to see the p with the text font size to, let's say, 2 rem, no, 1.5 rem, and see, you can see it is here. Okay, so let's do it like this. So we have the component. As I mentioned, we can call it reusable UI. So when we copy it and paste it multiple times, we can see we have this one. Okay, now let's talk about the props. So what are the props? Let's say if you want your component to show different data each time instead of the same data over and over again, that's where the props comes in. Props are like functional parameters. They let you pass data from parent to child. So in this case, let's say we want a name. Let's say we want to say it as HackSnack. We say James. We say Lily. And for one, we don't say anything. So in this case, how do we show this name to a component? So the way to declare a prop, you will have to do a curly braces, and inside you will have to put the name. The name should match with the props we are sending here, and as you can see, we just call it like this in the curly braces. And now if we save it and see the output, we can see hello HackSnack, hello James, hello Lily, and hello nothing. But we don't want nothing here. We want to show something. So we can do is that we can have a default value for the parameters. Let's say it is everyone. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, it should be equal to. So if we see that, when we are not pass anything, it will show us everyone. I hope you are clear about the props. We can send anything like a number or booleans through which we can declare some conditions and other stuffs, but we will be getting there slowly. And now let's talk about states. What is a state? So in a component, state is something that brings life. It is something that interacts with the user. So if we think about a button in which when we press click and it counts the number of clicks, we need something to store the data and show it every time we update it. So state is something like that. And how do we do that? Well, we will use a hook called useState to declare our state. And whenever a state is updated, the React will re-render the component and will show you the output. So let's go with showing you how it is works. So we do is const. We say we need count and set count, and what we do is that we will say use state, and you can see it has automatically imported use state from React. And what we do is that first of all we'll see that the click sorry the button clicked count times, and we can't do any count right now because we don't have a button. So let's create the button. We have a button, and on click what we'll do is that we will set count, and we will say the count plus 1 every time we click a button. So let's say click me, the button name, and when we see the output, it shows me click me, the button clicks 0 times. Whenever we click, it increases. Now I will show you how we can send this state into a component and we can show its value. So let's say we have a state for everyone. Let's say we have a HackSnack count. So let's change the count to HackSnack count. Set our HackSnack count. And for James, we will have for James and Lily as well. So if we do this and we say James count, set James count, another is Lily count, we add set Lily count, and we will be passing the count of the respective components to those. Okay. Also, what we'll do is that we don't need this anymore. So also what we'll do is that we will handle it from here. Okay. So let's say a button on click. What we'll do is that set HackSnack count to HackSnack count plus 1. Let's say HackSnack clicked, and like make it a little bit readable by breaking it down. And we do other three buttons as well. Instead of HackSnack, we will have the James. We will have Lily. And in the welcome component, what we'll do is that we will pass the will have to be exact what we are sending. So it should be this one. So clicked equal to 0. Hello, James. We will say you clicked the button, clicked times. Okay, now you can see my editor is throwing up some errors. And how do we fix it? We fix it by just giving it empty block, because React always expects to return you an empty block, not multiple blocks, and we can wrap them up into an empty block. So when we do that, what we'll see, everyone has their buttons, and every time we click one, you can see the respective counter increases. Let's have a quick recap. Components are usable UI blocks that make your app modular. Props pass data between components. State helps you track changes inside a component. In the next video, we will be talking about the hooks, and then we will directly jump to a small project showing how props and state can build you a small interactive project. So make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for our next video. Thank you.